Hello, so this video will be about getting the most amount of blue cubes as fast as possible, because you need blue cubes also for these new two weapons and for some other things. Now, this is going to be a little bit weird, but just go along with it. So, we'll be using the Bison 2. You can have 3 attachments for movement speed. You'll need the thermal goggles more or less, and we'll be doing this on the easiest difficulty because, well, to be honest, there's no reason to do it on a harder difficulty. But I'll just give you some hints for other difficulties as well. You need the thermal goggles technically, but not for this difficulty. Maybe you can press N to switch it on and off. You don't have to always have it activated. We will not use armor because on this difficulty not really needed. Otherwise, I recommend the level 4 combat body armor because it has more backpack slots. You can use the casual outfit or the sports vest. Well, a few more backpack capacity or a little more mobility. I'll choose more mobility. Now this will be a bigger discussion, but you probably will need the sturdy tier 3 as well, alongside the weight bearing totems, plus the yellow injectors, but you don't really need that much more speed because you already have so much speed. Over here is just about the speed, so speed. Collector because we'll be killing a lot of enemies. We'll be going into the tier 2 dungeon or the tier 2 lab. We'll be taking the tier 2 lab certificate with us. I'm not sure how much blue cubes the bosses will give us, but we'll try. We'll see. Plus, the goal is to get all of the crates that have accelerator, crystal boosters, or crystal filtration, because they are the ones that give you the most amount of... Well, this is going to be annoying, but there's no other way around it. The most amount of blue cubes you can get from dismantling these 3 items. This one will give you 15. So if you, let's say, dismantle 3 of these, that means you'll get 35 blue cubes plus what you get from killing the enemy. So this will be a lot of, well, we'll see how much you can get per run. Might also need a fire injector for roadblock and for some other things, but again, it depends. You can also take some grenades and some other stuff, but let's just go and show it off. You might not need this one at all because you'll mostly be caring about the crystal stuff. But this only works in the endgame because only in the endgame you have enough stats to do this, and also enough backpack slots, items, and some other stuff. Anyway, you get the idea. And I'll be using the same route I'm using for most of the things anyway. Meaning the J-Lab has a very specific way you can approach it to get the most amount of loot out of it. I'll not be searching anything else but the... Well, unless I get a keycard or something. Okay, so that's good. So, control area. And then we'll be going something like that. Stairwell. And then we'll be going kind of straight forward. And then we'll be coming up here. So we'll be searching there, do the boss, and then we extract through there. Yeah, and you don't need to holster your weapon just because it has a lot of movement speed already. So it will be more or less the same as a dagger. So how much does that? That will be annoying if you start bleeding all the time. So 2 blue cubes for a single kill. Now you can loot the money and the ammo, which is a great way to make some extra coins. Mostly will be caring about these crates over here, the J-Lab crates. Don't worry about the ammo and the other stuff. You can get more by just killing more enemies. Okay. We need to activate the power. Got a very speedy duck. Now you might die to the boss because the boss can get really annoying with some of its mechanics. So there will be a J-Lab crate over here. Technically you can put everything over here and worry less about the other stuff. Okay, so we need to go through here. Oh, that chair is annoying. I'll take some extra stuff. I will take a few grenades as well. But if the enemies are not a direct threat to me, I'll not really engage them because as you saw, 2 blue cubes is basically nothing compared to what we really need to get the game going. Also, we'll be entering the card rooms. They might have a few crates as well. Now, I might lose sight of some crates, so be sure to look at the locations for some other crates. Yeah, if it's an MP5, I'll take it. You can also just loot their combat body armors. Over here, we'll probably... Well, I guess you can loot the GPUs because they're an endgame item as well. It's going pretty well so far. I might as well take a little bit of extra money, right? Oh, hello? Here's the certificate. Yes, please. It's a pretty fun game, but it seems like the last parts of the game are a bit mysterious in terms of, you know, how much you need to loot, how you can loot. Usually there can be some stuff over here as well. Yeah, it's over here. They're hiding the loot so well sometimes. Also worth checking the attachments of the guns. Wow. This little area is so weird. The vector is also... Oh. Add first aid bag. I guess I can take some of those just as a safety precaution. And over here we go to the screening room as well, because it can have one of the crates as well, plus some very interesting things. I don't need to collect all of the ammo from all of the enemies, but just in case you're missing a few things here and there, and you probably want to be on the safer side. Okay, that's our grenade. I have the injectors, but I'm not sure I'll be using them because I think this is more than enough speed. I guess if you really wanted, you can search the weapon boxes as well in here. Nothing really good. Let's go down to the next floor. Now this is all about speed, so that's why I'm not really trying to get more money or more items. You can even, probably this can be about... I think you can do this in below 10 minutes for sure. But every run will be different. Plus you might die. Rude, he didn't wait until I reloaded. Quick stock, that's also pretty useful. Yeah, there's no way to get around using the agility totems. Plus the bleeding, it kind of makes an annoying sound. LEDX. You can also get a lot of injectors from here as well, but again, I'm not bothered with this. So most of the items you can get just by playing the game a couple of times, and then you'll have enough items to just do this perpetual loot. The loot loop. Pick up some items if they're for free, you know. Wow, this is probably going to be a worse run than I was expecting. I guess we'll see once we finish everything. Yeah, probably it will be on the lower end of how much blue cubes you can get. But we have to go through here because there's another crate that can spawn. Okay, it did spawn. And you can skip this part as well, because if you don't have the certificates, man, it's going to be weird. There might be a crate over here on top. Okay, it did spawn. That's... yeah, this one you cannot even see, so be careful. I guess you can play with this view mode, but that's going to be a little bit annoying because this is how you play the game. You know, let's change to armor piercing bullets, you have enough. Anything else I need from here? I think that's enough. I should have checked how many blue cubes you get, but I don't think these things will give you blue cubes as you saw, because technically they have no soul or something like that. It's a bit crazy. That looked like a crate for a moment. You also find the fly squad in the bathroom. There might be a lot more cubes. Guys, take an order. Take an order. What is it called? Take an order note or something, because they're just attacking me at the same time, which is annoying. I don't have enough time to loot if they do that. Yeah, the bleeding stacks are a bit annoying, so you can take some bleed immunity if you like. Now, I'm trying to loot at least some of their ammo so we get a lot more money out of it, but if you don't loot their money and if you just ignore them, you can probably do this again much faster. You might be able to get maybe one more crate if you go through here, but it's like this is not such a good idea because you have to fight more enemies, and the enemies here I kind of remember. Yeah, there is a crate over here as well. Since this is one of the worst looting runs, I'll check it as well, but didn't have anything. J-Lab certificates. Yeah, as you can see, you're just going to get more certificates and more interesting stuff as well. The roadblock boss will be a little bit hard, but I'm curious if it gives blue cubes or not. I don't remember if I... we'll see, we'll see. Empty crate over here. Wow! This is some of the worst loot I've seen in a very long time. So I can take that. Fly squad? Nope, no fly squad in the bathroom. We have about 2 crates over here as well. We have them, yes. We are kind of approaching. Come on. Kind of approaching our weight limit. Finally. Of course, it's the last crate that gives you the most amount of stuff. Anything else over here? Nope. So let's see if it's really worth doing the roadblock boss every time, because bosses are supposed to give you a lot more soul parts. But as you can see, there's a weird rule with which thing has a soul or which thing doesn't have a soul in the game. And normally I would check the weapon crates in the pipe room over there, but not for this particular run. Okay, I think I have enough ammo, so I'll stop checking the ammo. We don't use the standard ammo anymore, do we? I guess you can check the boxes a little more, but there's no point, really. Nothing to loot over there either. More crates, more envelopes. A filtration unit, yes. Red envelopes everywhere. Oh. Well, it's tempting to loot everything, so I'll just try and take it. Let's have a little break with chocolate milk. No, no, no. Anything but will not do that. Well, let's see if the boss will actually give us any blue cubes. Otherwise, yeah, there's not no other fast way to do it. You can also just take them out of the backpack. Oh. Yeah, let's use this team. You cannot be stunned. Let's give a few blue cubes, 11 blue cubes. Well, I guess that's up to you if you want to kill him or not for 11 blue cubes. I think there are a few jail upgrades over here as well. Yeah, okay, there are a few. So you get 11 blue cubes and you also get access to another crate. Let's just do a full loop around so we are sure nothing is here. I guess you can just exit through here if you want, but I want to check the other blue room, but you have to go through another way over there. I guess you can start, wherever you start, you have to check the blue room first and then do that, and then you can exit through here and go, okay. That's also another good loop. You don't have to go all the way back. Yeah, okay, that's a good point. Check the blue room first as you enter the game, and then the other room, so you can extract through there. What? You're a bit stuck there. You have a hard time controlling your duck with so much speed. Relax, man. That guy is so stressed. He's trying to fight us even when we're out. Eh, red card. Why didn't I get the red card from here sooner? Now, if you extract through that area, you'll probably be missing out on, let's say, 2 or 3 jail up cards. So that's jail up crates. So that's why I don't like to do that one. I guess since everything is so RNG, you will really not know. Yeah, so it's totally possible to do it. I guess the boss can give you a few jump scares. I didn't get extra items from that crate. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for your donation. Well, this was 20 minutes, and let's say, yeah, you can definitely pull it off in 10 minutes if you don't loot everybody. Just kill, run, kill, run. Is there an easy way to do this? Oh, okay. I want to do it in a way that... I think it said it send it to the locker. Rats, where is it sending all of the cube? I should put that over there. Okay, now it put... I guess I should have done that. So add 20 to that. It's definitely one of the worst runs I've had. Well, I guess that's it. So you can get 150 per run, so we have decided that we don't really need this because we don't loot everything, and I guess 150 cubes because we had some that went into our inventory. 150 cubes per 10 minutes is actually pretty good because it means we can get, let's say we can get close to 1000 per hour, which is kind of like half of what you need for the entire game. But I recommend you do this about 2 hours, so you get 2000. You need about 2000 blue cubes for the progression and the blue trader, and probably will need a lot more for crafting a few items and some other stuff. So yeah, maybe do this for 2.5 hours, or just do it for 3 hours, so it's going to be more than enough blue cubes. Other than that, you also get a lot of money plus some other stuff along the way, so it's definitely the best way to do it, and probably the only way that is worth doing it. Killing enemies is not worth it. Anyway, see you next time. Bye bye.